Angry guy here. And today I want to discuss how Opus crypto is saving the music industry. Now, first off, I want to go into exactly what Opus is. It is a crypto built on the Ethereum blockchain. All right. And Opus is the world's first decentralized music platform built on Ethereum and IPFS. Let's go ahead and jump into this further. Opus is a decentralized music sharing platform that tackles the issue of music ownership and sharing at an infrastructure and protocol level, leveraging the speed and redundancy of a novel interplanetary file system, IPFS. Opus can scale and deliver thousands of tracks per second in a fully decentralized manner. This throughput is achieved by encrypting music tracks on the fly and storing the encrypted music files permanently on the IPFS swarm. Only the decryption keys and file hashes are saved immutably on the Opus smart contract. By only storing the decryption keys and reference hashes, we can facilitate a number of novel features such as file ownership, trade, and full decentralization. With Opus, artists can monetize their content by selling permanent access to their IPFS music files and decryption keys directly to a fan's Ethereum contract without any middleman. With additional application layers, Opus Music players introduce a novel way for users to maintain ownership of music tracks they played across different players and different continents, as everything is transparently stored in the Opus smart contract. All right. So with this, we're able to facilitate additional governance mechanisms such as an Opus DAO, which stands for Decentralized Autonomous Organization. And this is a treasury funded from a small percentage of each sale and an artist bounty system that allows artists to pay a small amount for people to share their tracks. This completely revolutionizes the way music works. The mission for Opus, the Opus Foundation's mission, is to create a decentralized music sharing platform that is uncensorable, fair, and easy to use. A system that gives a greater choice to listeners and fair market value compensation to artists. And Opus has been around since 2016. It was developed by a group of computer scientists, and while that term gets thrown around a lot these days, these guys definitely knew what they were doing. And Opus is a major disruptive force driving the way music is shared in the 21st century. By cutting out major middlemen in the music recording industry, think about that carefully. Record labels, monopolized distribution platforms, label companies, and studios that have a major stake in the music industry. Opus empowers small artists and poses a new paradigm shift in the way people listen to and pay for music. So, for example, they no longer have to turn to Amazon or Apple or any of these platforms to sell their music and lose large amounts. They no longer have to give up distribution rights to these music labels, to these record labels. Okay? They can now keep this information, they can now keep the rights to their content and now distribute it directly to the fans themselves. It is completely changing everything. And no doubt there will be resistance towards the Opus platform from existing institutions holding artists hostage. However, Opus is well positioned to take advantage of the decentralized nature of smart contracts and IPFS to revolutionize the music industry in a significant manner. And some of the objectives are engineering the world's most efficient music sharing platform. All right. Building up a seamless user experience from the ground up. Okay. User experience is the key to successful long term growth of a business. Amazon's Jeff Bezos invested 100 times more in customer experience than marketing in the first 5 years. Consider that. It provides free market incentives, so big streaming services and middlemen such as Apple Music, like I mentioned earlier, and Spotify have strict forced policies on the pricing models artists are allowed to use. Apple Music, for instance, limits songs at either 99 cents or $1.29. This centrally determined and restrictive pricing model means that popular artists cannot price their music appropriate to their market segment, severely limiting their potential. If smaller or niche artists would like to sell music at a higher price, they cannot. Current centralized systems. The Opus team believes in a free market system where artists can publish at the price fit for their audience. All right. So they won't enforce a one size fits all model for pricing. Rather, the Opus player will relay the price of the song as set by the artist. This completely changes everything. And then fans can decide if they wish to purchase the song. Because of the free market based infrastructure, artists are incentivized to price and upload songs fans are willing to pay. So, for instance, artists may record higher bit rate songs, 640 kilobytes, and charge a premium for it. See that? There's a lot of benefits to this, and it can really make a huge difference. So here's some backstory about the Opus project. They did receive a seed round of funding in December 2016. Okay, so they have received funding, and you have to understand that as a result of this, the Opus project's been going since 2016, and it's actually been making a number of great progressional steps. Opus always goes back up, and you can actually find Opus on CoinMarketCap. You can go to coinmarketcap.com and find Opus, and you'll see that if you invest in Opus right now, you can have the opportunity to watch your money. Like, it's almost like a guaranteed 10x. So Opus is an excellent investment to make. And Opus, to be very honest, in recent years, it never hit its core potential. So Opus constantly 10x's, constantly goes up in 10x's. So to be very clear, Opus is likely going to see as much as a maybe 100 times growth over the next year, maybe as much as 1,000 times, if depending on where you purchase into it. So that is something for you to consider, that Opus does present that incredible opportunity, and it's doing something and solving a major problem, taking things in a completely different direction. I think that this is really going to result in the music industry in and of itself having to change and adopt around what people want. That's what I honestly do believe. AP says music industry is lit. Tim says I've got 20,787 and it's thanks to Angry Guy. AP 530 says I charge 40 a song. Think about this very carefully. You're going to see a lot of artists being able to experiment with the pricing of their music in ways that never could happen before. For example, popular songs may end up costing more, but the quality will also improve. This can really change how the industry works. and it puts the power back into the hands of the artists. So the artists don't have to go and sign up with major record labels who are all having a say in what they can say, what they can do, and what they can produce. So in this respect, Opus crypto is really saving the music industry because of the way it works and the flexibility that it brings to an industry that has become very, very stagnant over the years. Like I said, this coin is going to increase by 100 to maybe 1,000 times in the coming year, depending on where you purchase in. You can learn more about the coin at coinmarketcap.com. The symbol for Opus, I believe you could just type Opus, but I believe the symbol is actually OPT. And if you want to figure out how to find other coins like Opus, other coins that are going to increase by 100 times to 1,000 times, don't forget you can take the course on cryptomoney.academy that will teach you how to evaluate coins that will increase by 10 times to 1,000 times in value. You can also take the latest course I've just put out, which will teach you how to time the cryptocurrency market and make massive profit. The links are in the description of the video to all of those courses if you would like to check them out. Cryptonomy says, Angry, would they be using cryptocurrencies on the new PS5 and Xbox consoles? So they may not use cryptocurrency per se, but they would be using the underlying technology to ensure that transactions are transparent, efficiency, cutting down on fraud. So you have to understand that cryptocurrency is just a very small piece of the blockchain technology. Cryptocurrency is a tiny fragment of it. People hear about blockchain and they think crypto, but in reality, what really makes it so amazing is dApps, decentralized applications, which I suspect that Sony will potentially begin integrating into Sony and Microsoft will begin experimenting with. Microsoft has actually been experimenting with crypto for a number of years, specifically blockchain. They partnered up with a company called IOTA, okay? And you know about IOTA cryptocurrency, which I've told you guys to invest for some time. And IOTA is basically an Internet of Things cryptocurrency. It's basically a smart crypto. And its ability to scale is also quite significant. So yes, I do think that we could see blockchain technology, the underlying technology behind cryptocurrency, involved in the next console generations in some way, just like we talked about how music, through Opus could be retained by the creators. The same thing could happen with video games, okay? And other forms of digital entertainment, including movies. So like I said, that is a big one for you guys to check out. And you really do need to begin investing now because we are essentially out of time. You can see that we're literally in the midst of a large global recession. So you want to begin investing, you want to begin focusing, and you want to begin learning. When everyone is buying, that's when you should be selling, okay? And when everyone is selling, that's when you should be buying. Let me know what you guys think about Opus, if you think that this is a really great coin. Like I said, it's been around for years, and they've been putting in lots of work in this coin. And I honestly think that it's going to increase by 100 to 1,000 times in value over the next year or so. This year alone, it'll increase by about 10 to 20 times, maybe as much as 10 to 50 times. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know if you have any Opus, or if you're thinking about investing in Opus, or if there's any specific cryptocurrency that you're currently have your eye on. We'll talk more about it in the comments. Please go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe to help this channel to continue to grow. Love God, get money, and cheers.